She's known for writing songs that appeal to young women, but he doesn't care. He thinks she's got that something. His friend wants to understand him, what makes her so commanding. Once a week they get together and talk all about her hits. Shootin', shootin' the Swift. I'm talking about shootin', shootin' the Swift with you.
Greetings, citizens. Welcome to Shootin' the Swift, winner of the 2014 International Podcasting Award for Top Excellence in Fun. I'm your host, Mike, and this is your host, Kit.
Hi.
Hi, Kit.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing
Pukey?
well. A little pukey, yeah. Yeah, I guess, in case the listeners out there notice that I sound a little different, I don't know if I'm really under the weather, but I got real sick last night, and so my throat hurts because stomach acid just kind of sat there burning it for a couple hours last night. And then, you know how when you puke, it kind of gets up into your nose?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I still got some of that going on, and I've blown my nose a lot, but it's just, I don't know.
Awesome.
So anyways, if you hear me spitting and, all that kind of stuff, we should cut all that. I don't want to put that in. But I am a bit under the weather today. We'll just leave it at that. But anyways, enough about me puking.
I'm going to cut the episode down to just that.
Okay. I had more description of it too.
No, thanks.
It's you know how cats.
I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
Okay.
I'm taking my earphones off.
I'm done.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see here. Today we're going to be discussing the bonus tracks on the deluxe edition of Red and the Red era music videos, as well as the Red tour. So videos we watched online, along with my firsthand experience of the Red tour. Unfortunately, Kit was unable to go.
Not unable.
Well, was unaware of how great Taylor Swift was at the time. But first, Kit, I think we should. Mm-hmm. This is kind of our last episode until 1989 comes out. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of thought maybe we could take a moment to look back at all the fun we've had. And we kind of started off where you were pretty lukewarm on Taylor Swift. You kind of liked her, maybe liked that she existed, but found her kind of annoying and didn't really like her music much. And so the goal of the podcast was for you to put a song on your iPod, mm-hmm. Or for me to get you to put a song on your iPod. And then kind of for me, it was more to kind of get you, not really to become like a full-blown Swiftie, but just to understand mm-hmm. why Taylor Swift is so great. Mm-hmm. And so you were telling me, and I think we're there. I mean, you said 11 songs on your iPod.
I actually have 15 songs now.
15. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But then you were telling me the other day you got a haircut, and would you maybe tell me and the listeners how that was styled?
Well, I didn't ask for it, but I went and got my haircut yesterday, and as I was walking down the street looking, I saw my reflection in windows and stuff, and I was like, oh, my hair looks like her hair from this Red period, because the guy straightened it for me. And mm-hmm. my hair is pretty long now, and I, got bangs cut back in, and so it looks a little Swifty.
A little Swifty, huh? Yeah. All right. Well, I thought that was pretty interesting.
I have brown hair though, so I basically don't exist.
Well, that's true. Taylor hates the brunettes, I guess. Mm-hmm. Waged war on them. Her and Kelly Pickler. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Maybe something the listeners would be interested in hearing about. Kit now styles herself after Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I think we all saw this coming.
Well, I have much to say about her style in the Red tour.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, the videos or the concert?
The concert.
Okay. All right, let's see here. We got a little Taylor news. I actually did not send you this. I meant to last night, but I forgot. She played at the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas.
She performed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she only played for 25 minutes.
I saw her on the carpet, but I didn't know that.
Okay.
Wait, she played for 25... Oh, it was like a festival?
Yeah, I really don't know what it was.
I thought it was just a showcase.
What would be the difference between that and a
I thought everybody played maybe one song.
Okay.
But I guess she has an album coming out, so maybe she got more.
She had kind of the whole stage was set up. There was the big 1989 in lights.
Did she play more than Shake It Off? Did she play other new songs?
No, there was no new songs, but she played a really cool version of Love Story. Mm-hmm. that was very, I really don't even know how you describe it, but it was very different, but I thought it was really cool.
Where'd you watch this?
It's on YouTube. Somebody recorded the stream and posted it up. But anyways, so we can cover that in future episodes. But so yeah, that's kind of the Taylor news this week. Really, not a whole lot else. She did tweet, or she Instagrammed, I guess. Meredith was sitting in a chair like a human. That was pretty good.
I follow her on Instagram. She's the only person I don't know who I follow on Instagram.
Nice.
I have a plea for Taylor.
What's that?
Taylor, if you ever listen,
listen.
yeah, if you ever listen to this, I'm sorry. And also,
Yeah.
please stop carrying your cat on the street of New York City
Why?
without a leash.
Oh, without a leash? You're afraid it's going to get away?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much. Cats don't like. Pets are not accessories, and cats don't like being carried around in public.
Yeah,
Cats
I don't know any cats.
That cat will, if that cat gets out of her arms, even if it avoids getting hit by a car, it is as good as dead. Cats do not survive in New York City.
Is it
And now
Meredith or Olivia?
It was the white one, I think. That's Olivia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now Kesha just did it. So Kesha just got back from the airport, and it's like the saddest pictures you've ever seen in your life. 'Cause it's this just, tacky-ass woman carrying this cat that's just, like, gripping onto her for dear life while it gets, like, a million flash bulbs going off in its face. And
Yeah.
It's just, like, that's not... Cats don't... I mean, a dog could probably hang with that okay. Better than a
Right.
cat. But cats don't do that shit.
No, cats are typically not as social as dogs.
Yeah. And again, like, that cat is dead if it decides to jump. If something spooks it and it jumps out of her arms, that cat is dead. It's
Right.
not going to come back to her. So,
Right.
stop doing that, please.
Okay,
not
to Taylor. And Kesha. And Kesha.
And
You should-
Kesha, who's extra sad because she's doing it to get attention like Taylor Swift. So,
Oh, she's trying to be like T Swift?
I would assume. I've never seen a celebrity carry a cat down the sidewalk before, and then, like, the same week I first see someone do that, somebody else does it.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, I think so.
It's maybe... Well, no, never mind. I was going to say maybe they're supervillains, but we know Taylor Swift isn't a supervillain. So.
If she keeps carrying that cat around, then she will become one.
Oh my god. We have to stop her.
That's animal cruelty.
Alright, well... Maybe the cat asked for it. Maybe the cat was saying, like, hey, I want to go see what all this fuss is that you're always talking about.
How would a cat do that, Mike?
Just, I don't know. Just they were talking and the cat requested it.
Right, maybe.
I don't know. I've never had a cat.
Me neither.
Right. See, yeah. But the cats I have known, I would agree that they're not... You can't really walk a cat, though, right? Like, they don't have leashes for them.
But, no, I don't think... I'm kind of talking out of my ass here. I know that there are some cats who seem to enjoy walking on a leash, or at least will do it.
Okay.
And certainly if I was going to, like, take my cat outside, like, on a walk, I would have it on a leash even if I was carrying it, because they're not like dogs. Like, you can train a dog to, like, come back to you, but cats do what they want.
Right.
So, I would never take a cat outside without a leash on it. It just seems like, why would you do that? It seems like pure accessorizing then. It's like, oh, probably more people will talk about this picture of me if I'm carrying my cat.
Right. People like cats.
Endangering its life in order to...
Oh, don't be so dramatic.
It's not right. And now she's done it twice. I'm just saying, like, nip it in the bud while you can.
Yeah. Oh, she's just
Somebody
happy she
tell
got a
her.
cat.
PETA, just tweet her and be like, hey, stop it.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about cats. Although we could, now that we're finishing up here, we could start a mini podcast about Taylor Swift's cats.
You're going to have to do that one alone.
Just in the future.
I don't care about cats.
Okay.
I like them better than humans, but still.
Wait, so you don't care about cats, but you just spent 30 minutes going on and on about how mean it is to
I
take
said
cats
I
home.
care about them more than humans, but not nearly as much as dogs.
Oh, okay. Dogs are cool.
Agreed.
Well, I guess that's one thing we got. And we both like Breakfast at Tiffany's, so that's cool too. All right. Let's
Look it up,
get
kids.
let's get to yeah, that's for the old time. That's for the '90s kids. Um, okay. Well, enough chit chat. Let's get to business here, Kit.
All right. Let's
Thinking we'll
get to
start off.
business.
Let's get to business. What? Let's okay, do you want to start with the bonus tracks from Red?
Sure.
Okay. So these, for the listeners out there, are there's 6 deluxe edition. I think it was a Target only thing. Bonus tracks. So, without further ado, we will begin discussing them right now.
3, 2, 1, go.
What'd you think, Kit?
I don't have a ton to say about any of these. If we're starting with the moment I knew, my notes go, I like this Taylor trope of a girl in a dress. Once again, I don't really like it when the production comes in, but I find it compelling before then. I don't think it's great, but it's better than the last time and some of the other stuff on Red. But ultimately, while I listened to it, I kind of was like, oh, and I started reading the lyrics too. I was like, oh, this is kind of pathetic. Like, to me, it sounded like she was about to find out somebody had died. And I thought, as I listened to the beginning of the song, I was like, is she in a hospital or something?
Right.
But actually, it's about her fuck buddy not coming to her birthday party.
Right.
And, like, that's a fine thing to write a song about, but the performance and production make it, like, so dramatic that I think it's a little bit silly.
Well, you know what, Kit? I agree.
Yay!
I do like the song, but I said I said a little silly. But I think if the music were less dramatic, like when it swells for the chorus, that it would keep it more grounded, and then it wouldn't strike me as as silly. But I like the sound of the song, but then coupling the music with the lyrics, it gets a little silly. But then I put also the image of them all laughing and singing "Happy Birthday" while tears are streaming down her face. What's that?
It's pretty sad.
It is sad, but it's a little over the top. Like, she didn't say all these things were happening right on top of each other. But I don't know. It's, I don't know.
Well, and I also feel like, and this is just me, like, guessing based on her personal life, I don't think this person was her boyfriend. I think it was just, like, the guy that she was into at the time. You know what I mean? So that even takes it another step down Patheticsville. Because, like, he's not, I don't know. It just seems like you're rich and famous and beautiful, and it's your birthday, and you're surrounded by friends, and it's like, that doesn't mean you can't be sad about somebody not showing up, but, like, standing there and crying while people sing you happy birthday and then writing this, like, super melodramatic song about it.
Right.
Like, girl.
Keep it together.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a silly image, but
It's a fine song. Yeah. It sounds fine.
Right. And actually, I think her voice is really good on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another thing for the iHeart Radio Festival. Mm-hmm. She's like really belting it out. If you ever get to watch that,
I'll watch it.
Seems like she's been practicing even more. So yeah, voice sounded good on that one, but overall kind of silly.
Is she wearing a skirt?
Yeah, she's wearing like a pink top, and then
I don't get this outfit.
She always has weird outfits, but she always looks really good. So.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I mean, she's beautiful and she has a great body, but it's just like all the crop tops and it's like an ice skating outfit.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good description. I was trying to think like how to describe it, and I was thinking she kind of looked like kind of cheerleaderish, but like there's too many rhinestones for it to be cheerleadery.
Yeah.
But
she doesn't have, God love her. She doesn't have like great style. I think she dresses really cute, and she dresses like in a very accessible way most of the time. Like her streetwear anyway is very like. I feel like a lot of girls are like, oh, that's exactly how I would dress if I had enough money to dress that way.
Right.
And she looks cute, but it's not like she's not like the chicest lady in the world.
Well,
which is part of her cuteness, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess I really don't know anything about fashion, like other than just like how things strike me. But yeah, her outfits typically do strike me as like that's unusual. but at the same time, like I really like that, like you're saying, it's kind of part of her charm. Like I like that she, I guess, wears what she wants or wears something unique. And then also I like that it almost instantly becomes what everybody else starts wearing. Yeah, we talked about that with those like really high-waisted shorts.
Oh, Mike, we're going to talk so much about those.
Okay. Well, yeah, when Red started, it was like nobody. You would never see a girl walking around the street wearing those.
You know why?
This summer, because they're weird looking.
Because they look horrible.
Right.
She has like
but,
she is like as tall and thin as they come, and they look fucking awful on her. That was
she looks good though.
Mike, I have like a dozen comments about those shorts. So.
Right. That's what I was gonna say though. What's cool about that is like, it's weird, and she starts it, and then like this summer, I would say at least 75% of the like younger women I saw, like in their 20s or teens, were wearing those shorts, like real high waisted, real short shorts. So yeah, people want to be doing what T-Swift's doing.
People want flat asses. and swamp crotch.
Nothing wrong with having a flat ass, kid. Watch it now. Maybe I should start wearing those shorts. I think I bring up my.
Will you wear those to her concert?
Maybe. I won't make any promises. Okay, track number 2. Come Back, Be Here.
A weird title and a weird line to repeat over and over.
Yeah.
Come Back, Be Here. Weird sounding. But it's good. It sounds like something from the self-titled album a little bit.
You think?
Yeah, it sounds like that sort of simple and straightforward. I would have put it on the album in place of like 3 other things. 3 or 4 other things, I think. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I like the song. I really don't have anything to say about it. My notes were my note was I think it would have fit on the album sound-wise. That was my only note. Yep. So I concur with your thing that you said. Track number 3, Girl at Home.
I like this too, and I just think like, why would you pick Trouble over this? Like, this to me really goes with the sound of the album.
I think it doesn't go with the subject matter though.
But but Red's all about dudes cheating on her and stuff.
Right, but that's why I think it wouldn't have fit, because it would be like a weird turn in like. I mean, it would have fit. It wouldn't have been like totally out there, but I think just the subject matter of most of the songs on Red is the opposite of this. So.
Meaning what?
Well, it's like. Like in this song, somebody's hitting on her, and she's saying, hey, no, you got a lady at home. Mm-hmm. That's how I would have titled it. And whereas most of Red, I guess it's not really like people aren't hitting on her, but it's just kind of like she's alone. She's like, I don't know. I feel like having it like suddenly, all these songs about like people having left you and being alone and being sad. Then it's like somebody's hitting on you. It wouldn't have been like totally out of place, but it kind of like, do you know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
I don't know. I think it's like, it's about how dudes are bad, so. and I don't know. I think it's better than several of the songs that are on the album. It's so much better than Trouble. Maybe it's not, I don't know.
Which was the one that you like cried, you hated so much?
22.
22, okay.
But I have somewhat of an updated opinion about that later on.
Have you come around
that thing that I sent you?
The acoustic versions?
Yeah.
I got through half of it before we started.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get to that when we do the video. Okay, so for this one, I think it would have fit on the album. Like it's a good song. I think
it's catchy. I like it.
Right, it would have been usable, but I think just thematically, I guess maybe is why they would have cut it. But the only other note I had was that there's the lyric, I feel a responsibility to do what's upstanding and right. And again, like, I think that's probably the most blatant example of like, it's just weird to hear a pop star say that. Like, so But yeah, it's like my note was it seems subversive in how non-subversive it is. It's just but I like it. Okay, was that all for that one?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, the next three were just different versions, so I had very
Mhm.
little on all three of them. How about you?
Me too. I mean, Treacherous sounds basically the same. I mean, I still like it. I still think it's really good, pretty.
Right,
Um,
Treacherous. That was one you really liked, right?
yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
great song.
Okay.
Um, Red original demo. Um, I cannot believe how superfluous the banjo on this song is. Like in this demo, I don't know, it hit me even harder that it's like so weird that they were still like we have to put banjo on. We have to make this slightly country somehow.
Right.
Like it just like makes it's just so like sure do a banjo. Like but I don't think this is good and the beat on the album version is better. I
Okay.
think that like real spinning like fast beat is better on the album.
Yeah, I like the album version better. I actually think though for State of Grace, I don't know if I would say I prefer the acoustic version, but I thought it sounded really, really good. Like in terms of the alternate versions, that was my favorite. I preferred Red album version over the original demo, but State of Grace was just I thought was really, really good, kind of all stripped down like this.
I think it sounds really pretty, and I said like I usually hate it when girls sing like this, but it doesn't bother me when she does it. And I think it sounds real when she does, rather than affected or
Mm-hmm.
like trying to be angelic and cute and like sweet. Um, I think this version sounds a little bit more pedestrian than the album version. Like I feel like there are a lot of girls who could do this. I mean, maybe not write it, but who could perform it like this. But it sounds very pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought so too. All right, cool. Music videos.
Yay!
Let's get to it. Or what did I say? Get to business.
Get to business.
Shake and bake. The first one was "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together." My only note on this music video is Taylor Swift is the best person ever. So
Why?
I love this video. It's like I don't know. I feel there's some things I see that are cute or maybe twee would be the word like this that it's just grating and like I just can't stomach it for 5 seconds. But this one, like it's super cute like that, but it's just not annoying at all. And it's just fun. It's cool. Like it's cool. They did it all in like one shot. I like. There's just a lot of like clever kind of set design or costume change type of things, and it's just like a super fun music video to watch. So yeah, I like it. Do you like this one?
Oh yeah. I mean I mean this is her best video, right? Like
I would say so.
Mean maybe maybe some people like You Belong With Me better, but I mean to me this is like by far her best video.
I think You Belong With Me is maybe there's more like iconic imagery. But yeah, this is of the ones we've watched, this is my favorite. I really like Shake It Off a lot too, but
yeah, well yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see how you could not like this song or this video really. I think it's great. It's not the first of its kind, but it's really well executed. I do think that anybody who does like this video should be sure to watch Radiohead's Knives Out video, directed by Michel Gondry. And to my knowledge, Michel Gondry kind of invented this style of video, and I think it was probably a direct influence on this video.
Yeah, I would say so.
Those and the Old Spice commercials.
Who directed this?
I looked it up. It's the guy who did the Mean video.
Okay.
He's done like a couple, and he did the Hours video, which we did not like at all.
Which one was that?
Isn't that the one where she's like office lady?
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah, that one wasn't so hot.
I like the cable knit wallpaper. It's really cute.
Yeah.
I remember when this video came out, people were talking about how the guy in the video was a Jake Gyllenhaal doppelganger, but he looks nothing like him to me.
Yeah.
He just...
Is it the same guy, or does it change?
The same guy.
Okay. Well, I couldn't really... Yeah.
The only thing I don't love is the animal costumes. Like, that just seems like a very done kind of thing. But her band is fucking fabulous.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone's touring band is that dynamic and awesome that you can, like, have them star in your videos. Like,
right.
But they're adorable and great performers and cutie pies and everything. I think my favorite scene is probably when it splits between the bar and her apartment. I liked that part.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the
I'm
bed
actually
is really cool.
watching that right now, where she's talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The upright bed is obviously really cool. And
There's
her
a lot of
performance
costume
in it
changes.
is really cute. There's a lot of costumes. There's like
Yeah.
five costumes or something. And
Wow.
and then one of the costume changes, like from the costume that she's wearing in like the Christmas tree part,
Mhm.
and the costume she's wearing at the very end, they're barely different. Like you
Yeah.
almost don't notice it's a different dress, and yet they went through the trouble of her changing.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Um,
clicking through it right now. Yeah, he doesn't look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, but I remember people saying that. I was like,
I like that dress a lot at the end. The like
yeah,
floral.
she's cute.
She is cute. I hadn't noticed that before, man. Yeah, that's and the little bird.
Oh, I had a question.
What
So
a
you
good
know
video.
the part where she gets mad about the scarf, like he puts the scarf on her and she gets mad. Is that like it's in the Christmas tree part. He like puts a scarf around her neck, and that's when she goes, "Oh, fuck this. We're not getting back together."
Okay.
But I was wondering if like
There's a mention of the scarf.
Yeah, is that the scarf from All Too Well?
Right. Maybe.
Because otherwise, I don't understand why the scarf makes her so upset.
Maybe. Well, does she just kind of run into here? She takes it off. Yeah, she is upset. Huh. I don't know, Kit. That's some deep swifting you've done there.
Great.
Good work.
Yay. That's all I got for this video.
Oh, I should have called it heavy swifting.
Heavy swift.
Like heavy swifting.
Got it.
That's some heavy swifting you've been doing. I'm great. All right. Video 2. Begin again. Yes. Let's see. My note. Oh, do you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
I said, LOL at the dress and glasses while riding the bike.
I remember seeing like stills of that.
Yeah,
people
she looks. Yeah, she's stunning, obviously, but it's still really funny.
Like nobody would do that.
Right.
I hate this video, Mike.
I didn't really like this one either. I said it's the douchiest looking video hunk, probably.
Yeah.
And then he like takes her picture at the cafe, and I don't know. I feel like that would annoy most people.
I think like they need this video. To me, maybe it's just like my kind of thing. I don't know, but like to me, this song is about somebody who would like make you excited to try a relationship again after you got burned.
Right.
And not just somebody good looking. And this guy is somebody like like with personality. Like almost like I'm stuck on like Ed Sheeran. Like somebody who's like, he's not the best looking guy in the world, but I think he's compelling, or you might see him be, you see him interacting with people and go like, I want to get to know that guy. Some there. And this guy is just like, just a blank stare for the entire video.
Right. Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
And I'm so tired of... Oh, I said the shot of her slow-mo riding her bike makes me lol hard. I like this song so much, but the video is boring. I'm glad there are a bunch of outfits, but I feel like the song is so beautifully relatable, and it would be nice to see either like a heightened fantasy version of this narrative or a more normal one, instead of like sitting on a roof on Boulevard Houseman in an Elie Saab gown. Like, that's like a thing that people do. And seriously, like, fuck Paris. I'm so tired of this Paris fantasy, and I want to say for the record that every girl does not dream of wearing capri pants in front of the Eiffel Tower, or like eating a baguette in sunglasses while pursing her lips. It's just like so boring, lame video, dude. Like,
yeah.
It's a perfume commercial.
Right, and I think you're right in just that for this song in particular. Like, I wish it could have been different, because this isn't like a Paris song. This is like I guess like cafe. They have a lot of those in Paris, don't they?
Yeah,
but
it's just like, it seemed like it was just like a normal first date, not a fantasy travel.
With somebody you're connecting with in a more like grounded way than like like a Paris fantasy kind of thing. So, but yeah, I mean, it does. The video looks very good, and like, yeah. But you're right. It looks like a perfume ad, or is that what you said? Perfume?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
perfume ad.
fucking couture and all this. It's stupid. It's just like, and it's like the most basic thing. It's like that 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 trip, that idea of a trip, the clothes, everything about it is just like basic, basic, basic. Like,
Basic.
yeah, just
You mean like basic in the slang term that people are using
kinda,
now?
yeah, just like this is what girls want, right?
Right.
You know, it's like they've been doing that since Sex and the City, Devil Wears Prada, all that. What's the fucking movie with like Catherine Deneuve from the 60s or 70s or whatever?
Belle de Jour.
Yeah, it's fucking Belle de Jour, which I know is like an iconic thing, but like Jesus, can we get over fucking Paris?
Yeah, man, French people suck.
I agree.
Who's worse though, British people or French people?
Oh, French people.
Yeah, probably. No, I'm just kidding, French people. If we got any French listeners out there, you should know that I'm, I think, 1/4 French. So it's okay for me to say this.
I'm
We don't have any French listeners. Fuck French people. Okay. Do you have anything else for this one?
No, I just really, really hated it. This video made me like, it was a real turn off.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Song's still great, but I won't
Yeah,
watch
song's
the
good.
video again.
Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't think much of it, but I agree with you. Your complaints. Not track 3, video 3. I knew you were trouble.
I'm so excited.
Go for it, Kit.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through my notes.
Okay.
You may interject if you want. I have a full page of notes for this video.
Oh wow. Wait, really?
Yes.
Holy crap.
So my first note is this fucking wig.
Yeah, I was gonna say. One of my notes was some of these have got to be wigs. So, I'm not as good at spotting wigs as you are, but yeah, the hair's looking a little weird in this one.
Okay, next, all the videos from this period of video making are going to be so dated by this like post-apocalyptic Coachella, Lana Del Rey, California desert bullshit. It's just like everything looks like this. Like, God.
And this does not fit the song. Like, that look does not fit the song at all. Kind of like gritty wasteland.
This video is craziness. And this is, I mean, we're literally talking like the first shot of the video here. Like, these are my notes, because she hasn't even started talking yet.
Okay.
So, and then I said, like, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, because I kind of think it's what they were going for. But it's like, wow, to me, she really looks like shit in this video. You know, like, I know she's supposed to, but, like, fucking close your mouth and rip that straw off your head. Like, she really looks like ass in this video.
All right, that's enough now.
Okay, and then I said, oh my God, I've never seen this before. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Because really all I've seen of this video is the part where she says, the chorus, and then the replacing it with, like, the goat sound or the paper towel dispenser sound.
Right.
So I knew, like, what she was wearing and, like, that it was, like, Coachella-y or whatever. But I didn't ever watch the whole Lady Gaga of it all. It's just, like, this is hilarious. This narration. Like, I feel like I want to use this for something. And I said, like, maybe, like, when I do my orals defense for my exams, I'll make this voiceover be like the first thing in my PowerPoint to like really let them know I mean business. Like, holy shit, this is like college creative writing class levels of terrible. Didn't you read this to us? Is it like included in the CD? You read us like this narration about like where it's like you lose yourself or whatever.
That was from, wasn't that from Speak Now? I read the prologue.
You read this to me. I swear. I've heard it before. I think you read it to me.
I haven't listened to the last episode yet, so maybe.
I don't remember. Okay.
Last week is just kind of a drugged up haze for me, so.
Then I said, "Oh my God, it's still going. Yes, can this be the whole video, please?" Holy shit, that wig.
Right.
It's like someone was making oversized mushrooms out of straw for a children's theater production, and the set designer in the video was like, "Hey, could we use this? We could use this for Taylor's wig, right? Just plop that on your head." Okay, so
Although,
when I was
okay,
what?
I do like the way she looks with like the dyed hair. I don't think the wig looks good or whatever this is, but
They're
I
all
think
wigs, darling.
okay. I like the little purple color in her hair. I think that's
I don't
cute.
know. It's better than the. No, I agree with you. That was a better wig than the one she's wearing after she's like been thrown away in the dump. But
Right, that one is really bad. That was, I think, where I took my note. Like, some of these have got to be wigs.
Well, and I kept and here's
Oh, that's. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say my favorite. I'm kind of rewatching as you're talking,
Oh,
and
God.
right around the 5 minute mark, she's kind of shaking her head back and forth with the strobe light going, and that was the only positive thing I had about this video.
I know what you mean. Where it's
I
like
thought that
a
was
black
cool.
swan kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I kept, as I'm watching this, I kept pausing it and like going away from it for like a while. Like I could
Right.
only watch it in fits and starts. It was like so embarrassing to like watch all at once. I'm like, oh, you can't do it, and I'd like write Lee like, oh my God, you gotta watch this video. And then, so the guy comes in,
Right.
and it's like, my question was, who wouldn't be attracted to that rat-faced, pube-chinned heroin addict? Like, he looks like fucking shit. And
Yeah.
then she is still talking. This is the longest intro. Like, Lady Gaga does stuff like this that's stupid and whatever, but I don't know. The writing doesn't embarrass me as much as this does. Like, this
Right.
is just like...
It goes
at
on
least
for
with-
2 minutes.
And at least with Gaga, it's like not a real world situation at all. You know what I mean? It's not like Gaga's not writing about getting dumped. You know?
Right.
She's like talking about space and stuff. So the drama makes a little bit more sense. And then I said, so are we to understand that he left her in a garbage dump in the desert?
Yeah.
And then my favorite shot of the video. Can you guess what it is, Mike? It's before
So,
the
like-
song even starts.
Most amusing.
Yes.
Give me a second here. I'm gonna skim through it. I don't know. What is it? Is it?
Her-
Wait. What is it?
Her touching the light bulb.
I don't even. Where's that?
It's in the beginning before the song starts. It's like toward the end of the hour-long monologue, and she's like touching a light bulb, and it's like hot on her finger, and she looks fucking lobotomized. Like it's like, I mean, I'm sorry, it's like a retarded person is like doesn't know what light bulbs do.
All right, I'm gonna try and find it. We can cut this out later, but I gotta find that.
And
Let's
it's
see.
like the only way that makes sense is if she's on drugs, and that's my big question about this video. So I'll get to that. Yeah.
And where's she touching the light bulb? It's like 2 minutes. It's in the 2 minutes before the video.
It's the
starts,
part.
right?
There's like a part. I'm going to it now to try to remember. But there's a part where it's like things are quick cutting.
Okay.
Like,
Well, yeah,
it's,
that's
like,
gonna be harder to
leading up-
find.
Yeah. Let me see. I knew you.
Is she in the bathroom?
I believe so.
Like in front of the mirror?
There. 117. Her mouth is open and so dopey for this whole video.
Right. Yeah, I saw it. Right.
Okay. So then my next note is, oh my God, she's still talking.
You know, there's actually. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that reminds me of there's a GIF where she's at a party. This is just like it's not from a video. It's just like somebody was filming a party with a bunch of celebrities hanging out, and she's kind of in the back. You know how people like bars when it's cold have those big heat lamp things?
Mm-hmm.
She like nobody's around her, and she's just kind of hanging out, and she like looks up at the lamp, and then she just reaches up and like touches it, and then pulls away real quick because it was hot.
So she just
Yeah.
likes doing that, I guess.
Possibly, yeah. She just she keeps getting burned. Maybe
I
that,
get
yeah,
the idea.
something poetic about it. I guess she keeps
So-
getting burned.
Okay. Here's where I get into the big question of this video.
Okay.
So she's like, okay, so the monologue is like, oh, I shouldn't feel that way again. Ooh, everything is so dark and dangerous and sexy. And she's like dancing in that hat and sunglasses. And like the people around her aren't also dancing. They're like staring at her dance. It's like a bunch of hipsters on the back of trucks and stuff. And she's like like, ooh, twirling and shit, and they're
Right.
kind of just, like, watching her and judging her, it looks like. And, like, the only way that scene makes sense is if she's tripping. Like, this whole video, like, it's about drug. Like, it seems like it's telling a story of a girl who a guy leads her to start taking drugs. Like, that's what it seems like. All the imagery is borrowed from, like, her downward spiral in this video is not like a girl who finds out her guy is cheating on her.
Right.
Because then why the fuck is she hanging out in dive bars and waking up in a garbage dump and spinning in circles in front of people who aren't also this is but there's no concrete indication that that's what's going on. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
what is all this danger that he's pulling her into, other than, like...
Well, remember, this is Taylor Swift we're talking about. So
I know.
she had 4 beers.
But that's what I mean. Do you think that that's it? Do you think, or is it merely like, I thought he loved me and he actually cheated on me or whatever? Or is it like, yeah, because I mean, my whole theory is like, okay, either he got her to take, like, ecstasy, or it's like anal sex. I said that's what this video is about to me. This video is either like, that's the dark path. It's either drugs or anal.
Why anal?
Because I was trying to figure out, like, what would lead, like, what would lead her to say stuff like, first of all the shit in the I'll have to go through my notes, and because the case built itself. That wasn't what I thought immediately.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
It always goes straight to anal with you, kid.
No, okay, more talking. Every time she starts a new sentence, I laugh maniacally, because it's amazing. How can the devil be pulling you towards someone who looks so much like Templeton the rat from Charlotte's Web when he smiles at you?
It's a smorgasbord.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this video? Okay, so this is what I was saying. So it looks like this bad man is giving her drugs and fucking her up the ass in dive bars, and she wakes up and doesn't remember it. So, like, this is one day. First of all, everything happens in, like, basically one day. So she wore that t-shirt all day and took heroin and got fucked in a dive bar bathroom, and then someone threw her away in a dump. And then I said, but what I think actually happened is that John Mayer wasn't in love with her and they broke up after 4 weeks of dating. Like, that's what I think actually happened.
I thought I Knew Your Trouble was supposed to be about the kid from England.
They weren't even dating at this point.
Oh, okay. I just thought that's who it was supposed to be about. Right. Okay.
I think it's about John Mayer. I could totally be wrong about that, but I think it's about John Mayer. Because as far as I know, John Mayer is the only bad boy that she...
Right. Well, yeah. Dated. I mean, I guess for the video, I mean, I think that's the song is about. I mean, yeah, what the song is about. I think the video, they did try and put some kind of like, yeah, sort of like druggy kind of looking stuff, and
but I kind of wish they would have then just like, okay, forget what the song is really about, but like do a narrative of abuse or drugs or something. But it's like all of the aesthetics of that kind of story, but none of the actual content. So it's just like, okay, I think she got butt fucked and then threw it away. Like, I think.
Well, I mean, you know, I can't imagine a video of her, you know, actually just having anal sex in a
I know, but it's like,
bathroom.
Okay, show cocaine or show him hitting her, something.
See, that's not really. No, I mean, maybe that would have made for a better video, but that just wouldn't make sense for Taylor Swift. Like if she was sitting there shooting heroin, you know, it maybe would be like.
It would be ridiculous. I mean, the only way it would potentially work is if you had another girl starring in it. But even then, it'd be like, this is weird for a Taylor Swift song.
Right.
But that means this whole video is weird. It's just an even more surreal version of that, because it's like, that is what we're getting, but none of the narrative content to support it. Like, this is still a video about doing ecstasy and getting fucked in the ass.
Well, I think that though
it doesn't have any of that in it.
That's kind of a classic Taylor Swift kind of thing. Like,
I agree, but it's ridiculous.
I mean, it's pretty silly, but yeah, like it's it's taking any of the romance or excitement from the imagery of those those movies or whatever it would be, and then just completely, I don't know if neutering would be the right word, but just kind of taking all the bite out of it and kind of cleaning it up so that it's family friendly.
But it's such a strange experience.
It is. It's a really weird video. And actually, yeah, like when this premiered, I didn't watch the video. I just listened to the song because it was, I think this came out before the album. I know that We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Like I remember watching that video a ton. I don't think I ever knew there was a Begin Again video. But yeah, I knew You Were Trouble. I remember it was kind of like I watched the first 30 seconds with the narration, then tried to click around for the song, and it just wasn't. I didn't like this costume. I guess this, she says she kind of plays dress up.
It's so like.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit.
Yeah, she is not pulling this off.
Right, but
go ahead.
I'm sure she had fun doing it.
Oh yeah, that's what matters.
I mean, I never watch music videos anyway, so I don't really give a shit.
I love music videos, and these are really bad. I was really disappointed by this batch of music. I mean, it has her best video ever, but I've seen that one, so it was just like, this was disappointing. And then 2 performance videos. God, I mean, we'll get to that, but whatever. So I said, my next note is that her boobs are wearing a wig in this video, too. I'm pretty sure. This guy dresses like Alex from A Clockwork Orange, so I really think she should have known he was trouble. He's like literally wearing suspenders and a wife beater and like a pork pie hat or whatever.
Right.
Like, come on. He's in Cabaret. He's trouble.
Actually, now that you're talking about like classic film directors and such, it reminded me, the hotel there, or I guess the motel that they're in, reminded me a lot of the motel in Wild at Heart, the David Lynch movie. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I think that's totally what, or like Brown Bunny kind of shit. It's like all like that kind of imagery, but just like done by a 3rd grader. It's so weird.
Well, this is also kind of like emo or scene kind of stuff, right?
I don't think so. To me, it doesn't come off that way. To me, it comes off totally more like the Lana Del Rey thing.
Okay, I
guess it is like, I think like, I could be totally wrong, but I feel like dubstep and Skrillex is like an extension of scene stuff, so maybe in that sense.
Right. Okay.
It is.
I just mean the look of it. Like it's supposed to look kind of like a emo music video.
I don't know. It's terrible. Okay.
It is pretty lame.
There are like fucking playing cards or something in the band of his hat. Like he's wearing jewelry. She deserves everything she gets from this guy. I'm sorry. This is horrible. Like, ugh. Oh, and then I said again, like, this is where I was like really trying to figure it out. I was like, am I wrong, or is this video seem to be all about drugs and alcohol? Like, what else could it be? Basically, she's saying she didn't like herself when she was with him, and he got her to do bad things. So that's either drugs or anal sex. And if it's just things like going to Herder concerts or watching him get tattoos or shooting pool, then those things are not bad unless it's like the Music Man or something. Like, like I was wondering, like, is he laundering money? Is he selling drugs? And that's what I was like, what was John Mayer doing? Like, is it just about John? I would assume probably it's really just about him not being as into her as she was into him. But now I'm like wondering, like, what the fuck does John Mayer get up to? I love how the Hell's Angel beating him up in the bar is wearing a Misfit skull on the back of his vest.
Yeah.
Because the costume designer was all like, bikers wear this, right? Like, it's just a skull, right? Okay, and then so the scene you like where she's shaking her head and stuff. And I'm like, okay, she's on ecstasy, and it's a rave scene, and she's on ecstasy, no? Like, it must be.
Right.
And then more talking.
Right. Hey, favorite quote from all the exposition. I don't know if you know who you are until you lose who you are.
It's like so deep, man.
So deep. Yeah. It's
that's the thing. When she said that, I was like, okay, so she lost who she was. And so if a guy just cheated on you, which is like, again, it's like, okay, so when she's on E, she sees him making out with another girl. And it's like, oh shit, I realize that he isn't into me. But if some guy was just cheating on you, you wouldn't like lose yourself. You know, you'd just be like, oh shit, he doesn't actually love me.
Right.
So,
whereas if you have anal sex, then you've lost yourself for good.
This is about drugs and anal sex.
Okay. Well, cool.
And or.
I kind of like it more now.
All right.
No, not really. Yeah, not a big fan of the video, but thank you for sharing your thoughts.
You're welcome.
Okay. 22. Video number 4. 22. This is the one that you styled your hair after.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
You said you went into the hair shop and said, "Barber, shopkeep, give me the 22 do." And he
I
said,
really don't like her bangs from this period very much, actually. But
right.
I don't like when they go straight across so much.
Okay.
But to the side, fine.
Do you like the video?
No. Yay, I get to listen to this song again is my first note.
Right.
And seriously, Mike, okay, this may not be a fair discussion of this video. Because my reaction to it is a very personal, like, visceral feeling. That this is absolutely everything that I hate. Everything that I don't understand. Everything that I hate because I don't understand it, you know? It's like a very immature and fearful side of me that is very intimidated by women sometimes, and very much like when I'm around, I mean, I have girls that I love. I really, like, and it's really my problem, not womankind's problem. But in general, like, when I'm meeting new women or hanging out in a group exclusive that is, like, comprised of young women, I really feel like I don't know how I'm supposed to be, and I don't know, like, how do I talk to them? What do they want? What are the rules for this situation? Like, I feel like I don't know what the rules are for
Right.
how I'm supposed to act, and I don't feel like safe being myself. And that's not. I don't know why that is. It's just how I feel.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, but
Like everything you just said, I feel exactly the same way. Like just this type of thing, like this kind of crazy extroversion.
yeah. So
but
maybe
like
it's
also
more of
this,
like an extrovert introvert thing.
right. Well, but I think also with women specifically,
Yeah.
there's sort of this. I've thought about this a lot lately, and I apologize if this, just chatting here. I don't know if
Yeah.
whatever. So
I don't
there's
want
kind
everyone to hate me, and I don't want to be one of those girls that's like, I just like being one of the guys, you know? So.
right.
But anyway.
Well, okay. So I was thinking about like a lot of this kind of thing just doesn't make sense to me because of the extroversion, I think. But then also with women, I feel like more than men, or at least in a very different way than with men, there's kind of this insistence on, and to me it always comes off as phony, which it doesn't necessarily mean it is, but like this insistence on like they're the best friends ever, they're having so much fun together,
Yeah.
they're a group, like I don't know, it gets weird.
There's
for
a lot
me,
more pressure, I think.
it seems well, and it seems like I don't know what's going on, like I don't
Yes.
know why the hell this is happening. But the video itself didn't necessarily evoke all of that for me, but just when you were talking about women in general, I was like, yeah, that's
No, this is like
okay.
the single most intimidating video I've ever seen. And I feel, and part of it is that I feel like I'm supposed to relate to this so hard. Like,
Right.
this is what girls do. They bake and are super close and physically affectionate and, like, wear those sunglasses and have hot bods and wear short shorts and hats and cat ears and, like, get together and do each other's makeup and go to the club to hunt down some boys. And it's like, and I'm writing in my notes and it's like, seriously, Mike, I've never done one thing in this video even once in my life. I said,
Yeah.
I have been to the beach. That's what I can think of. I've been to the beach. But everything depicted in this video I have never done.
Right.
And not because I think it's horrible, but it's just like, I don't know how. It's kind of like when we were talking about, like, nobody ever offered me drugs in high school.
Right.
I didn't want them, but you were like, I would have taken drugs, but couldn't get drugs, and my life depended on it.
Right.
And that's how I feel about this. It's like, how does one find oneself in this situation? Because there's this idea out there that this is what all girls are doing. I know that it happens, but it's like I've never been involved in any of this. I don't
Right.
know how to do it. And it doesn't
So-
look bad. It looks fun. Well, it doesn't look fun to me, but it looks scary to me. But like, there's nothing. I don't look at it and go, "Oh, that's so lame," or anything like that. It's just like, I don't
Right.
know how would you end up having an impromptu dance party while like baking? Like, how does one get into a food fight? Like, how
Well-
does...
I mean, one thing we're not talking about this like it's a music video, though. We're talking about this like this is their actual reality.
Yeah.
So
I think it
that
is,
may be a
Mike.
mistake. Well, possibly,
I
but
think her life is basically. I mean, you go to her Instagram page and it's like pictures of her friends running into the ocean together. Like.
right. But I mean, again, that's still kind of what's presented. Like, I mean, I guess maybe with that, like all the downtime is cut out. You know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah,
this is a
that's true.
music
This
video,
might be like once in a lifetime, or once
right?
a year they have a night like that.
Right, that kind of thing. And which is, I mean, the song is sort of about that. You know, not necessarily once a year, but just kind of like just all the ladies getting together.
Well, and I have times I relate to this song to the degree that like I've had nights in my life with my friends where I'm like, this is like the best night of my life, and we didn't do anything that weird, but it was like this is amazing.
Right.
It just was never like this kind of thing, or with just girls, or that unless it was like one of my girlfriends or something like that, but never just like this huge group of models.
Right.
You know? Like, it's so weird. And
Right.
like,
Well,
I feel like this video also has the same thing that the I Knew You Were Trouble video has.
what do you
We're
mean?
like, okay, so as the video progresses, like it starts out, it's just like girls hanging out together. I'm like, that's fine. But then it gets into like where they're riding on the bikes with the dudes, and they're having like a dance party, and then she jumps into the pool at the end, right?
Right.
Okay. The only way any of this happens is with drinking. Like,
Right.
nobody's jumping in the pool with all their clothes on at a party with no alcohol. There's not probably going to be an impromptu dance party without alcohol. There's no drinking anywhere in this video, and it just feels disingenuous to me, or like it feels like if Christians made a video about a party and like not realizing like, oh, this is the kind of that you only make out with strangers when you're drunk, you know? Like, that seems it's just like they edited out all the stuff that's not like completely wholesome, but are left with all the fun that you only really can get if you're doing, you know, if you're also doing illegal things. Like,
well, these people.
Even my friends is like.
These people are 22 though, so it's legal for them to drink.
That's true. Okay, but it's like even like my favorite memories with my friends mostly involved like, you know, going out to the pond and playing music, but like people were smoking or like rolling tires down, you know, huge hills, or blowing up bombs made of fireworks or that kind of stuff. So it's like there's still that element of like doing really stupid shit, or like when we would play car tag and, you know, drive 60 miles an hour down residential streets, and I for some reason was like, I can't die in a car with this teenager driving. Like, everything's gonna be fine, like that kind of stuff. And like I feel like these videos eliminate all of it feels very like Christian.
Right. I gotcha. You want to hear what my notes were on this video?
Yeah.
Note number 1, ladies hanging out dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Note number 2, cat ears Taylor is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That was the entirety of my notes.
I don't know. I don't
The first
like
note-
it. I don't like cat ears Taylor. That's she's above that.
I enjoy it though, and it looks
She doesn't
that's
need
pretty
that
good.
shit.
Right. No, she doesn't need it, but you know, it's cool. I like it.
Why?
It's just she looks pretty with little cat ears.
But like the cat ears don't make her look prettier, do they? It's just a wire triangle on her head.
There's something cute about it, but it's
man.
like if she took them off, I'd be like, oh, she's pretty without those cat ears on.
I don't know.
But
I don't
I just-
understand.
I don't understand it either. I won't pretend to understand it, but I like the cat ears. So yeah, and the first note, ladies hanging out dancing. That's just to remind me which video we're discussing, because I usually don't remember these very well. But yeah, I really I didn't. That was interesting though. It was an interesting exploration of your psyche. I think we've done so much. I think we've done so much exploration of mine that it's good to finally get a glimpse into the mad mind of Kit Shields. So.
Yeah, it's really scary.
It is pretty scary. I feel very uncomfortable right now. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for sharing, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
On to another total mindfuck of a video.
Everything has changed. This video I got notes on.
Ugh.
This
Go
is
ahead,
actually
you go first.
this is the only. Okay, do you have a lot of notes on this one?
Yeah, because I'm
Okay.
fucking confused.
I said, what kind of school is this? Recess all day, yoga at soccer, out of control band class, making pastries, drawing on their faces, minors tattooing minors, mostly unsupervised. Everybody's dressed like they're in a Target ad. That was my biggest note.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said the little boy's reading the notebook, like when they're under a tree reading, he's reading the notebook. And then I thought the only cool image from this was like when the gym goes dark and the disco ball turns on and the kids are dancing.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was cool. Other than that, I was mostly confused and alienated by this video.
Okay. So here's
What did you think?
So here's the thing. I think about 3/4 through the video, I go, oh. And I think it was maybe with the tattoo machine thing.
Uh-huh.
Or like maybe the notebook part. Okay. But that's like really late in this video. And so really late in this video, I got the idea that like, okay, so I think they're saying that this relationship is so like magical and innocent that it puts them in like it makes them feel like they're kids again. So
Okay.
all the stuff they're doing is like maybe stuff that two young adults who are in love would like do, like build that fucking teepee that's taller than they are and stuff and dance and do that kind of shit and read the notebook. But it's like these children doing it. But the thing, first of all, that's way too late in the video to suggest that. And I don't even know if that's right. That's just what it seemed like.
Right.
And if that is the case, like, don't do it at a school. Because it makes it seem like it's just I was worried, too, because I was like, okay, this stars two little kids again. I'm worried that I'm watching not a real video. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And then I said, like, okay, yeah, kids are not watching Super 8 footage of the Eiffel Tower in school these days. You know?
Right.
Like, what are they learning from that?
Well, they probably don't even have projectors. They
Yeah,
just have
with, like,
television.
reels of film on
Right.
them.
That always bummed me out when I was a kid. Like, in The Simpsons, they would always,
Yeah.
like, have the projector. And then when we watch a video, it was on, like, the wheel-in TV, the VCR. I always wanted a projector. Anyways.
Okay, so, yeah. So am I supposed to think that those little kids snuck out of class into another classroom and built a teepee taller than they are out of sheets, because every classroom has multiple sets of floral sheets, and strung Christmas lights, something else every classroom has, by themselves in the middle of a school day? Or did they sneak back into school at night? Or am I
Right.
supposed to believe that they let 6-year-old girls wield, like, sewing needles in an empty elementary school? And I said, and I guess I just hate everything, Mike. Because that's how I was feeling watching this. And I was like, I'm so confused. This is so terrible.
Right.
And I really want to know what's going on. And, like,
I don't-
why is he reading the notebook? Like, it seems like there's, like, a magical realism kind of element of this. And, like, the tattoo thing seems to fit with that. But it's like it switched from reality to fantasy at some point in the middle, and I don't know when. And, like...
Well, then the ending is they're the kids of
They're just
Taylor
little-
Swift and Ed
Also,
Sheeran.
yeah! What? Like, I said, wait, the kids are their kids?
Right.
What the fuck, Mike?
Or at least they're little siblings.
But
But yeah, it doesn't.
also, Taylor and Ed were available?
The what?
Taylor and Ed Sheeran were available.
What do you mean?
Like, I wouldn't even have... Like, if Taylor and Ed appeared nowhere in this video, I would be like, oh, they were probably really busy. And so
I
people
gotcha.
just went off and shot this video. But
Right.
they're there. They're available to appear in one shot. They're available for the day
Right.
to do that. Like,
I mean,
I'd rather
Yeah.
just watch them perform the song.
right.
Like-
it doesn't make.
It makes no sense. And yeah, seriously, they're their children who dress just like them?
Right. I don't know.
This is
I don't understand.
an
I feel
awful,
like-
awful video.
I feel like it's kind of teasing the idea that Taylor and Ed are dating, but I'm not deep enough in the fandom to know if they've if they're secretly dating or
No.
I don't think they are, but
No.
if that was like a thing back then,
I
whenever,
don't think she would date him,
right?
but I
Which
think
is a
he
bummer.
would date her in a hot minute. I think he would be, because I saw something he saw recent, he said recently like someone like Howard Stern or somebody asked him like, how come you haven't dated Taylor Swift? And his answer is basically, he doesn't really say this, but it comes down to like, oh, she doesn't want to date me.
Right.
Like, but, and it makes
So
sense.
close,
I mean,
yeah.
he has nothing in common with anyone she's dated. She dates assholes.
Right. Which is unfortunate. Poor Ed.
I know. Well, poor Taylor.
Poor Taylor.
I mean, God. Ugh.
Oh well. Yeah, I don't understand the video either. Should we move on to the next two?
Yeah.
Okay. So Red is just Red Tour footage. So we can kind of discuss that when we talk about the Red Tour.
Yeah,
Does that
I didn't
work?
really watch this. I was just
Okay.
The only thing I said was like, I'm really not looking forward to finding out when and why she was wearing that S&M bodysuit thing.
S&M bodysuit.
Yeah,
Which
the
what?
leather and lace strappy thing that she wears at the Red Tour.
Oh, like the leather shorts and the white lace shirt?
No, that's fine. But
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
the all black. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah. The only note I had on either of these videos is that apparently the last time, the one with Larry Geitbody, Gary Lightbody, is apparently that was directed by Terry Richardson. The you know who Terry Richardson is?
yeah,
Yeah.
the rapist photographer.
Well, alleged rapist. No, I don't know. But yeah, he is famous for kind of taking like, I don't know, pervy or kind of
Yeah.
sexy, like weirdly sexy, kind of, yeah, I guess perverted picture. Like, you know, I make no judgment on them. They're fine pictures, I guess. But like, that's kind of like his thing, is he takes something and kind of gives it this weird sexual twist, like a star or something like that. But yeah, but this video, which was apparently directed by him, has nothing like that, and it's also just
It
editing.
doesn't look like his style at all either.
No, and it's just Red Tour footage edited together. So it's like, why did they get Terry Richardson to direct this?
I don't know.
Like, I kind of wondered if maybe that like she'd seen another video or something he had done and wanted to work with them, and then like it didn't, whatever his concept was didn't work, and so they just did this. But I don't, yeah, that was strange. But
My only note on the last time video is that Holly Golightly is like a squirrel that is dying painfully in the road, and the humane thing to do is to stomp on its little head and end its misery.
I had to do that actually.
Yeah, after you tortured it some more.
I didn't torture it. Oh, that was different.
Oh, okay. That was a different squirrel you tortured.
No, well, you're right. It was a squirrel. I didn't torture it, but we collectively tortured it.
Oh, that's better.
No, but I was talking about I had to kill a bunny. Rufus kind
Oh,
of.
yeah, don't.
Kind of.
Yeah.
That was different. Anyways,
Yeah.
we can edit all that out. So do you want to talk about the Red Tour?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
I have a lot of notes on this.
Okay. Should we just? How do I want to do this? Because I watched that video, but I kind of clicked through a lot of it.
Well, why don't I go through my notes and then you respond or add commentary from your experience, and then also sometimes I asked you like questions about what it was like to be there in my notes.
Okay. Well, let's do that. But maybe I'll run. If we do that, can I run through a couple of my notes real quick?
Oh, of course.
I only had about 5, so okay. I like the doo-wop version of "You Belong with Me." She did that. That was really cool. Oh, and I guess for the listeners, for those of you just joining us, I went to the Red Tour when it came through Kansas City, so I saw it live. Kit just kind of watched the videos on YouTube, so that's what we're discussing. Because unfortunately, there is no official release of the Red Tour, which really bums me out.
Very unfortunate, yeah.
It was really cool. I don't know why they did that. I hope someday they put it out though, because there were definitely cameras there when I was there. So.
Well, and that's the one that you would want too, because that's the one you saw, and if you could
Right.
watch it, you could be like, oh yeah, this is what it was like.
Right. Yeah, and I mean it was a really cool show. Like
And
I would put it on.
I feel like my review of this tour gets kind of an unfair shake because the fact that the sound quality is not good and the visual quality is not good, like, doesn't make it seem as good as the other two that we watched. But I know that that's just like, I can't really hear the songs, I can't really hear her singing, like,
Right.
I can't really tell what it was actually like to be there as well as I can with the other ones that we watched.
Right. Yeah, which is a bummer. Okay, so that was I like the doo-wop version. Oh, and in the video we had agreed to watch, like 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 19 seconds in, I swear to God, that's Judd Apatow in the crowd.
I gotta look at that then.
Okay, he's like right up toward the front, and he's just kind of like looking up at her. Because he has young daughters, so I'm sure he was there. And actually, he might have tweeted something like
Wait.
he was there.
I was listening to a Comedy Bang Bang.
And it was the LA show, so.
Well, I don't know if he would be there. I was listening to a Comedy Bang Bang, and he said Lena Dunham took his daughter to a Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
So,
it looks exactly like him, so.
Okay, hold on. Red Tour, we can cut this out. Concert, movie, 1080p. And you said, where is it? 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 19 seconds?
Yes. Good recall.
Yeah.
It's when she's singing with, I think it's when she's singing with that
Yeah.
other lady. Who is that?
Yeah, that looks just like him.
Yeah, he's like in the
And it
crowd.
actually looks like that could be Leslie Mann next to him. Do you see the lady next to him?
Well, it's kind of getting there. The video's playing right now. There we go. Yeah, she's a blonde lady. But yeah, I mean, that looks exact. Like, it's not just like, oh, because I mean, a lot of people look like that. But yeah, like it looks.
Hold on, I'm looking at it again.
Oh, you're right. I think that is Leslie Mann. Yeah. So yeah, that's got to be Judd Apatow.
That's how did you see that, you crazy person?
I was just kind of clicking around in the video.
To look at her ass or something?
Kid. If I was, I wouldn't have seen Judd Apatow. But
that is 100% Judd Apatow.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
You're crazy.
Wow. Okay, so that was that was my second note. Third note was.
And I'm pretty sure that's Leslie Mann too. All right.
It looked like I was looking at the lady on the right at first, but you're right. I think the lady on the left was Leslie Mann. So yeah, third note, All Too Well. When she's playing that, I love anytime she's at the piano flipping her hair back and forth. And then the circus stuff at the end for We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Like, I guess we'll get to that when you're talking about it, but that was like, it's like seeing that live was nuts. Like that was like one of the craziest spectacles I've ever experienced. And like, yeah, and he kind of like says something to her and they walk off.
Yeah.
You know, at the end when all the confetti's coming down and she gets on that little crane and is going out over the crowd. Like seeing that live was just insane. And like this sounds really weird, but like I actually like felt in my head like I got like a body high just from being there. And like I felt like something in my head. It was kind of like it just.
What is a body high versus a heady high?
What's that?
What's a body high versus a heady high?
A heady high would be like you get maybe real kind of in your head. You're having a bunch of thoughts and it's either intense kind of anxious thoughts, or a head high would like a more pleasant one would be like just everything's very clear to you. Like you think your ideas are very good, as happens so often when you're on drugs. But a body high is like the physical sensation of feeling good, just, from the drug. But it was like, I mean, it was like, I felt like something in my head just sort of melt, like something in my brain melt. And then I just felt like this, like in my skin and just like throughout my whole body, I was just like, God, I feel really good right now. And I've never.
Like Oxy or something?
Well, I've never taken it. But I mean, it was like I had ingested some kind of drug that actually worked and did what drugs are supposed to do. Whereas most of the time when I take a drug, it's just kind of like there's like 5 minutes where you're like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh yeah, this is really nice. And then after that, you're like, I wish this was over. Like I'm not doing this anymore. But I was buzzed like all weekend. Like and it was like I enjoyed the whole concert. And I was having a great time for the whole thing. But it's like I remember like there at the end, like just with all the confetti raining down and like the crowd was going insane.
What if
and
it's
like
just happiness?
That's what I think is kind of weird about it. Like, it's like, have I never actually experienced happiness before? Because and it really though, like I'm never, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I think, I don't think this is unusual, but I'm never in a good mood for more than like a couple hours. Like, just like really feeling good. Like I'm in a fine mood most of the time, but like, it's rare that I'm just like happy for like more than a few hours. But like all weekend, I was just like walking on cloud nine. I was just like, God, that was such a great show, and like I'm just having so much fun. Everything feels good, so it was awesome. So I'd probably describe that in the craziest way possible, like that made me sound like a crazy person. But that was my way of saying that like it was an amazing, amazing concert, and I loved it. So, anyways, let's get to your take on the concert.
Okay. So that opening, first of all, it's like because the movie that we watched is made up of a bunch of different dates.
Right.
the tour.
It seemed like most of them were cold from the LA show, though.
Okay.
There was some from the Chicago show.
But the beginning that they're showing, and some from New Jersey, but the beginning that they're showing, like, the show starting, and in some it's starting at night, and some it's starting when it's still light out, and it's like, that would be a real bummer if it was starting when it's still light out, because it looks so much less impressive when it's not dark. It's, like, so weird.
Right. Yeah, and I saw it indoors, so that was kind of nice, actually.
I was going to ask you, like, tell me, be real with me. When you're there, can you hear the music and hear her singing, and it's, like, so loud that you can't hear the screams, or does it sound like it's just screaming the whole time?
No, I mean, you can hear it very clearly. Like, it sounded great when I was there. Like,
okay.
But, I mean, I saw it inside, and it's a newer venue. I mean, or amphitheater, I guess. I don't know what you would call it if it's indoors. Excuse me. Arena, yeah, that's it. So maybe at some places it's not as great, but like I think it was Chicago. She played at like a football stadium, and I feel like you would lose maybe a bit of the experience there. But yeah, I saw it here at the Sprint Center in Kansas City, and yeah, I was actually pretty impressed because I figured I hadn't really been to a show that big, like with that big of a crowd in quite a long time, like probably since I was in like 8th grade, but that wasn't anyways. So I was kind of expecting like it would just be like people screaming and just kind of like when you're at a football game or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean it was, and you definitely like the screams were a big part of it, like everybody, screaming and shouting and going crazy, but it wasn't like there was going to be like some guy shouting in front of you that just like, oh, I just can't, that guy's distracting me too much, I can't focus on the show or something.
Okay, because that's like my worst fear about going to the show is that it'll just be screaming the whole time.
Right. You should come see it in Kansas City then, because I don't know if it's at a football theater, if it's at a football, because I think she tweeted a picture that was awesome of like a whole football stadium full of people at her show. But I was thinking like, man, if you're like way up in those top seats, you wouldn't like.
But see, that's kind of what I don't necessarily want that. I want to be able to see on the screens, but I don't want to be standing in a crowd, and I want to have like my personal space.
Right. Well, I mean, seeing it at the Sprint Center, it wasn't. I mean, it was just like sitting in any sort of venue. It wasn't like extra crowded because I wasn't down on the floor. I was in the seat.
That's what I want.
Okay. Well, then, we got to do the Sprint Center then, because actually, I'm
not paying money to get to Kansas City and going to a Taylor Swift show. We'll
talk about that later. We'll work that out. But she came back. Like that was oh god, that was so much fun. She came back and played like 5 rows away from me, just for me. I don't think it was for anybody else that was there in those 5 rows.
Picture that you were very close.
Which picture? Oh, the cell phone one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to take like a selfie of me with her in the background, but it didn't turn out very well. But anyways, so, and that was just, God, that was so cool. Cause she was like, it was, her on this little stage that was like spinning around and like going up and down, which looked very dangerous, but she was strapped in. And she's like, 30 feet away, 20 feet away. Anyways. Okay. So it looks like Chicago was at a big football stadium.
Okay, there's only one of those. What's it called?
Soldier Field.
Yeah, okay.
This weekend I went to see Taylor Swift on her Red Tour at Soldier Field with my friend Rose.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Dumb opening outfit. Sorry.
With the black shorts?
Yeah. Are they black or red at that point? They're black.
I'm 5 minutes. I got it playing. I'm 5 minutes in, and she's wearing the white shirt and black shorts with a hat.
Okay.
Kind of like Michael Jackson.
Yes, with the hat. Oh, I do not like that outfit. It just again looks like very of the moment,
Yeah. Wait, I don't think that looks of the moment. Like I don't think
it's not like moment.
It's not like, man, back in 2012 everybody was wearing that. It was kind of an.
They were. That's what I'm saying. It's those stupid little hats. Check out an Urban Outfitters catalog from 2012, Mike.
Well, the hat, yeah, but like the leather shorts and the white shirt, like that, those kind of shorts.
I'll send you a PowerPoint presentation.
The what?
I'll send you a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess I shouldn't even be arguing. I don't know anything about clothes. I've been wearing the same thing for 20 years. So.
So far, I don't like this stage as much as her others so far, but it definitely got like more and more elaborate throughout the night. You know. Um, so it's weird to me that she goes straight from State of Grace to Holy Ground, considering we were kind of all saying that those songs are really similar.
Right.
So I guess on the one hand, it's like it does make sense to go from one to the other, but it's like both. It's almost like that's one. They become one song, kind of. Giant floor toms. How original. Someday we'll look back at the floor tom mania of 2011 or 2012 the way we look back on keytars, I swear. Okay, so her body is amazing, but those shorts, those fucking shorts, it's like, I said it's like an oil slick from her back to her thighs and no stop in Butttown. It's just like, it's like...
People, like online, people are always like, oh, she doesn't have any ass.
I think she does!
She does. I was gonna say I've been there when she was 5 rows away. Mm-hmm. She had the red shorts on, not the black shorts. But I mean, it was pretty good. I gotta say.
She has she has a butt and boobs in proportion with how slim her body is. It's like people say that Sydney has no butt, but she has like a perfect butt. She's just like a skinny, slim framed person.
Right, so, just like me. I have a great butt. It's just that I'm very skinny.
You have no butt, Mike.
I have a great butt. You don't know.
If you have a butt, then wear some pants.
Here, how about I'll just, after the show, I'm going to send you a bunch of pictures of my butt, and then you'll be able to see.
Okay.
Nah, I'd have to shave it first. It's too grizzly right now.
No, but yeah, it's like, I think she does have a butt. It's just those shorts, they don't fit her at all. It's crazy.
Right.
How, like the waist, they're very high-waisted, but like the waist is too long, so it ends up with all of these like wrinkles from her waist down to like her hips.
Right.
That makes her torso look all distorted. And then they're like, they make her, well, anyway, I'll get to it. I'm just going to go through my notes and you'll see how many times the shorts distract me.
Okay.
Her hair looks really cute in some of these. It looks like it's her Vogue haircut, where she got some like shorter pieces in the front that look real 70s and cool.
When she was in Vogue magazine, or just it's like a Vogue haircut?
No, she was in Vogue. Got the cover of Vogue around this time, and it's like the best photo shoot of her that I've ever seen. And
yeah, I've actually got that issue.
Cut her hair and stuff. So
yeah,
I like this version of You Belong With Me. I would lose the tacky gloves, but I kind of wonder if I would be disappointed if I was seeing her for like the first and possibly only time, and she did one of her biggest songs in like a really different way.
Well,
like, I don't know what she has to keep herself interested in performing that song, too.
Right. And I mean, you think
it's
about...
cute, but...
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of... because that song, as of this performance, would have been 5 years old.
Yeah.
Right. And so she's played it... You've had plenty... If you really wanted to see it, you had plenty of chances to see it. Like, the regular way, I'm sure.
Well, not me.
Well, that's because you were late to the Swift. Because you were too cool for Taylor Swift until I told you to get into it.
That's true.
What's that?
I don't think that's true.
You had your chance, kid.
I don't think I thought I was too cool for her.
You thought you were too... You always think you're too cool for everything. It's like all those girls having fun in the 22 video. You're like, I'm too cool to hang out with those girls.
Did you notice that she surrounds herself with brown-haired girls? So and she's the only one who gets to be in a sparkly dress and be blonde.
Oh, for the concert?
For the
the
dance scene, for the You Belong With Me performance, they're all brown haired, and their dresses aren't sparkly.
That's true. Well, you always say stuff like this, like brown haired people are okay, but I don't think that's accurate. I think if you have brown hair, there's something fundamentally wrong with you. And I'm sorry if that offends people out there listening, but I just think it's a disgusting trait, and I think Taylor's right to just kind of have those people in the right place.
Okay, so you're both like. Okay, so you're anti-Semitic neo-Nazis, and you just think that if you think she is that too.
Well, I mean, I have brown hair, so that's part of the joke.
I think your hair is blonde.
Really?
I would describe you as a blonde-haired person.
It's light brown. It's not blonde.
I would say you're a blonde.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that though. It's brown.
Let me look at a picture of you.
Okay.
I think of you as a blonde, but like, it's like dirty, muddy blonde, but it's blonde.
Well, as a blonde supremacist, I appreciate that, but I don't think it's accurate. Are you colorblind?
No,
I guess
but
that's not how
maybe
colorblind.
I have dark brown hair. I don't know. When your hair's like long and curly, it looks very blonde to me.
Huh.
I guess you're probably right. It's brown, but compared to me, you're blonde. So,
Okay. Well, anyways, I was joking. I don't actually think that brown-haired people are the scum of the earth. So
it's too late. I'm gonna
I
edit that out.
I am, however, a Nazi. So um,
All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. So the Lucky One movie is adorable, and the staging is great, and so Brittany, and it seems
yeah.
like really fun to do. However, God, she was having a real hot pants moment in 2012. Because even when she's supposed to look like a 40s starlet, she's wearing 2012 hot pants. Um, let's see. Still hate Stay, Stay, Stay. And as I was typing that, it segued into Ho Hey. And I just wrote, no.
Oh, hey.
And I chatted Lee and was like, hey, Lee, what's the one thing that can make Stay, Stay, Stay worse?
Wait, what do you mean, oh, hey?
The Lumineers song.
Wait, they performed that?
Yeah.
Okay, I clicked over that, I guess.
Um,
Wait, she played that with Lumineers?
Not with Lumineers, but in the middle of Stay, 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 it turned into that.
Oh, weird. Okay. Huh,
Now I
I
want
missed
to go
that
back
part.
and look at it in case I'm crazy. Hold on.
No, I mean, I really did. After a while, I started clicking around because she didn't do that at the show I was at, but she did. I know she had guests, and then she just kind of mixed it up every now and then throughout the tour.
Her little... Did you watch the beginning of Stay, Stay, Stay where she's doing that head move? She's like flipping her head back and forth like a robot.
Where we at, minute wise?
I'm at it's at, well, that starts at like around 41, 42. Also, why is the bassist so central to this
I
performance?
don't know. They're just hanging out. They're having fun. Yeah, I'm watching that.
Okay, yeah, that's what he's playing. It's a bassist soloing the melody to Hey Ho.
They're just having a good time, Kit. That song would have been really big right then, wouldn't it have been? Wouldn't it have
Yeah,
been?
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what? To me, that song is truly, and again, like I want people to know, I know I speak in hyperbole a lot, but this is not hyperbole. I think that Ho Hey is the low point of human culture, and I don't think the apocalypse is happening. But if it did happen soon, I think we would go look back and go like, oh yeah, Ho Hey, that was a sign.
Right.
And okay, so Mike, I don't like when she dances. Like I like when she just dances like a crazy person. Like that's great. I don't like when she does choreography though.
Okay.
She's not a good dancer.
Well, that's okay.
It is okay, but it's like stop doing choreography and I feel like this next tour is just like more and more and more and more choreography.
Right.
And plus the more choreography you do, the less you can sing. I'd rather see her like sing and play guitar and stuff than like do choreographed dances and look like a fool next to real dancers.
Right.
Unless it's on purpose or something. Like, I just don't like it. So the 22 outfit is really adorable. The baseball jacket one with the capri pants.
Yeah,
The
I like
hot
that.
pants one is once again a crime against humanity.
Wait, were the red jeans and then the Letterman's
Yeah,
jacket thing?
and she's
Yeah.
wearing a little jacket. Yeah, it's really cute. But then she's also in other tour or other dates. She's wearing hot pants with t-shirts and stuff, and it's like, why do you want like again a woman with your body could not be more perfect than her. I mean, for clothing, let's say for clothing, it's like an amazing body, and yet her stomach protrudes as much as her butt in those shorts. Like it's so wrong. And it's an
Yeah.
illusion. It's not real. It's just like so terrible. And again, I will say like 22 seems like a fun song to hear at a show like this.
Right.
Even though I don't like it. Oh, and I love when she's giving that speech at the edge of the stage, and she's like, everyone gets to have an opinion on your personal life when you reach a certain level of fame. And it's like, again, yes, they do. If you use it to get famous, they do. If you write your hit songs in such a way as to deliberately give hints about the famous men you're dating, yes, they do. Shut the fuck up. Then I said, why won't she just marry Ed Sheeran? Like, come on, just do it. My God, those shorts are so bad. The visible zipper.
Well, let's focus more on what were some things you liked about the tour.
Oh, there's a lot. I'll get to more.
Right.
But it's like,
because it sounds like you kind of came around on 22 a little bit in a live setting.
yeah. Well, I'll have to get. It's from the acoustic show little thing, which I guess maybe we'll talk about last. More, but in a live setting, I was like, okay, well, that seems fun to hear. Like, you know, like it's big and loud and stupid, and that's the kind of song that can be fun in a giant concert, you know.
Right.
And to sing along to and dance to and whatever. Anyway, the visible zipper on the shorts. My God. And they're the bad shorts twins, because Ed Sheeran is wearing camo cargo shorts at one point, totally hiding his light under a bushel. I don't really get the flying platform thing, and that could be a kind of you had to be there sort of thing, if you know what I mean. Like
you're talking about where they're doing their duet
and flying around. Well, I was talking about the duet, but then later after that, she like is up in the air and that thing kind of flying around.
Oh, the big, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it looks a little bit like, I don't know, from a concert film perspective, it looks kind of stupid, but it's probably much more exciting when you're there and it's happening.
It was pretty cool.
Oh, so here you go. I added Sparks Fly to my iTunes.
Oh, cool.
Because just hearing it in a live set, I was like, oh yeah, this sounds really good. It's just sometimes it's like when you hear those, it's like, oh yeah. And obviously I heard it in the last tour, too. But, I don't know. It's a good song. It's fun. It's exciting. That's what I would want to hear if we went and saw her.
Yeah.
Next note, Mike, those shorts are so bad. Like, I'm not trying to be funny by harping on it or something. I just really can't stop thinking about it. They do not fit her at all. Like, if she just lowered the waist significantly and took out the visible zipper, they'd be better. I think they either need to be shortened slightly or lengthened slightly, but as is, they're so bad. Then I said, oh, somebody let a malnourished chipmunk take over Taylor's concert. That's when Cher Lloyd comes out.
Is that the lady in the black dress?
The British lady, yeah. And
okay.
I actually thought that song was okay. It sounded kind of 80s and fun. But it's funny because it looks like Cher Lloyd is performing 20 feet behind Taylor at all times because she's so much smaller than Taylor. Like, she's so much shorter but also way thinner. It's crazy how thin that woman is. Like, because you're standing next to Taylor Swift and you look skinny. Like, holy shit. But yeah, the perspective was so weird. Because, like, Taylor was like a freaking giant standing next to her. Let's see. And then we move into I Knew You Were Trouble. There's nothing cooler than a red-headed dominatrix playing violin to some dropping beats. And then it's another incredibly unflattering costume. That gown was so ugly, I thought. Like, with the skirt starting, like, below her butt cheeks. And then I said, like, oh, that skirt has got to be coming off. Like, the only way it would look that weird is if it was, like, gonna magically disappear. And it did. And I said the terrible secret the skirt was hiding was more unflattering hot pants. Like, and I don't understand. And I looked it up. I was like, she must have had, like, Madonna got, like, Jean-Paul Gaultier to design. Like, Taylor Swift could go to Versace and say, like, I need some, like, really sexy stagewear for this tour. Like, with, like, leather and lace and that kind of stuff. And get something that's, like, couture designed for her. And instead, and she doesn't. And it's like, well, why not? That'd be fun, right?
Right.
That's what
I don't know.
Else does.
Has anybody ever asked her about the shorts? Like, why all the shorts?
I tried to look up. I found an interview with the costume designer who had to make like 300 costumes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe she was so busy making costumes for the other dancers and stuff that she was just like, all I have are these shorts for Taylor or something.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, you're bringing the shorts up a lot, and I mean, to me, they don't bug me that much, but it is a weird look. Like, it's a very It's not a
It's
look you
almost
see.
like the album is red, right? So
Uh-huh.
it's like that was a very like having everything be red and having the theme of red be like the whole, be woven throughout this whole thing was obviously a deliberate aesthetic choice, right?
Right.
And it feels like, so okay, do the shorts have some secret meaning that plays a part in all of this? Because there's so many shorts. So many of the exact same style of unflattering shorts that I'm like, does that mean something? The same way
What?
that the color red means something in
Right.
all of this? I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Because yeah, I wonder just what like if she was asked about it, is she just like I just really like
I think
shorts.
she
I
just
love hot
thought
pants.
she looked awesome in it.
Right.
And she doesn't. But, whatever. Oh,
Huh.
okay. And then more on I Knew You Were Trouble. It's like, also they're basically granny panties. Like, that's what that looks like. She's essentially wearing granny panties. And
Right.
it's not good.
Right.
So I said, but hey, on the plus side, they managed to make Trouble sound even worse than it does on the album. Like, what would make this song lamer? How about some Phantom of the Opera Mannheim Steamroller organ parts? That'd be cool, right? But I will say, the costume looks really cool when she's sitting at the piano. Like, when she
Yeah.
has that black skirt on and the top of it, and she's playing piano, like, that's about as, like, dramatic, I think, as she's ever looked at one of her concerts, and it looked really cool. Also, like, okay, so, Mike, did she do that thing at your concert where she basically looks like she's gonna cry during All
Yeah.
Too Well?
She does that whenever. Well, she does that most of the time she plays all too well. I think.
Is it acting, or is that real, or what? Does that song really make her that sad?
I think it is. I mean, I think it's just really getting into the performance. So yeah, I think it's kind of acting, but I think it's also she's trying to carry through the emotion of the song.
Okay.
Because I mean, that is. I mean, I think that's one of the more emotional songs she's done. So yeah, like I think she's just trying to kind of get into it and convey that when she does it. But I remember she. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
She played it, I think, at like the Grammys one year.
Did she play it at a piano then?
Yes.
Okay.
It was really good.
I kind of vaguely remember that.
Right. But yeah, and it was just like her eyes got real watery, and she just kind of like looked out at the crowd, and but yeah, I mean, it seems weird, but I think it's just really
Performance and stuff.
yeah, it really gets in the performance.
I added All Too Well to my iPod. The chorus is so great. I'm
Nice.
gonna see if I can overcome the fact that it is about Jake Gyllenhaal.
I watched Nightcrawler, by the way.
The trailer?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
It is. It's kind of weird. But like, I had a question about that movie.
Uh-huh.
Is that not about the superhero Nightcrawler?
No.
Okay. Because like, I thought that was the coolest thing for a long time. I don't really know anything about the superhero. I know he's in the X-Men and stuff, but like, I was like, oh my god, like they're gonna make it be a superhero movie, but not like advertise it as it's like a big superhero spectacle. Like it's gonna be like about a character instead of about like stuff blowing up. But yeah, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, no.
It looks cool though.
I know. I totally like. I really want to see that movie, but I feel like I mean, because it's literally like him moving bodies out of car accidents.
Okay.
And staging them and that kind of stuff. It's like horrible. Him running around capturing violence.
Right.
So not the kind of thing I would like. It just looks like that trailer was amazing, I thought, and he looks amazingly because I mean I think he's adorable, but he is fucking weird and scary in that trailer.
Yeah, it was creepy. Anyways, that was
all right. Where were
that was
we?
the Gyllenhaal Minute with Kit and Mike.
Brave is a really good song.
Brave.
That's the song that Sarah Bareilles came out, or Bareilles, or however you say her name, came out.
Oh yeah.
With her.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought that was a really good song, and I like Sarah Bareilles, and
she had like black tights on.
Yeah.
And like denim shorts. Okay, yeah, I remember
like
that.
A normal lady.
Right.
But do you know the thing about like, so you know the Katy Perry song Roar?
I've never heard it, but I know of it.
Okay. Well, if you've listened to Brave, then you've heard Roar. Because it's like identical in terms of even like the title and the way the chord, like I mean, Roar and Brave, very similar, and it's funny because like because Katy Perry tweeted like when Sarah Bareilles' song came out, she tweeted like, "Oh my God, I'm loving this song so much," and like linked to Brave, and then her first single comes out and it is 100% completely apes the Sarah Bareilles song.
Really?
Yeah, you should listen to them both.
Okay.
That was just a note that I made. Okay, more fucking hot pants. The sparkly top is pretty though.
How far along in the pants notes are we getting here? I feel like we could speed this up a bit.
I'm almost done.
Okay.
The ballet. So I wish she would stop dancing, but I do love that she loves dance so much, which I think I've said before. And I think it's cool to be like, hey, captive audience of mostly kids, ballet is really cool. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Oh, and I was like, oh yay, this must mean Love Story is coming. And that's her prettiest dress, I think, is during the Love Story part. But then back to hot pants. And then holy shit, J-Lo! I would like faint if I got surprised J-Lo. If you paid like $100 to see Taylor Swift and then also J-Lo came out,
Yeah.
that would be amazing. Holy shit. But then I was like, oh my god. Okay, first of all, J-Lo was also wearing sparkly, unflattering pants, which is nice of her. She's also dressed like Taylor's grandma in that glitter hat. It like reminds me of like what a grandma would wear on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Those, like sparkly rhinestone-covered hats. And then Taylor stopped dancing next to Jennifer Lopez, a professional dancer. For God's sake, like I would love if she was just like spazzing out and dancing along, but like I don't want to see her do the same choreography as Jennifer Lopez and Jennifer Lopez's dancers, because I'm sure Jennifer Lopez has brought her dancers from her, you know, to like do their routine from her tour. Holy shit.
Okay.
Pretty cute little tutu dress that she wears for the what is it, for the Treacherous performance.
Uh-huh.
I like the staging for Never Getting Back Together a lot, because I think it, and this is my last note, because I think it is like, it's so funny to throw like the biggest party you can imagine about not getting back together with somebody. It's like have a parade about not getting back together with them. It's hilarious. So the big like circus over the top marching band thing was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right. That's pants notes and Red Tour notes. That's everything.
Yes.
Oh wow. But yeah, well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed everything but the pants. It sounds like most everything but the pants.
You should watch that whole acoustic performance vid.
I watched half of it. It was cool. But yeah, I'll finish
I thought
it
it
up.
was amazing. Like like especially We're Never Getting Back Together. Like I love that song as is, but when she did an acoustic, it's like that just showed like that is an amazing song.
Yeah.
It's a great, great song.
Well, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together? That one?
Yeah.
What he said? Okay, yeah.
And then Treacherous, great. And then
Yeah.
I agree with Lee. The performance of 22, which he said was the way he first saw that song was the acoustic version.
Mm-hmm.
Is way better. Like a lot of the annoying stuff goes away, and you are left with like, oh, that's a pretty good melody. But
Okay.
I still find the lyrics very problematic. But it really does sound nicer that way, and that kind of pisses me off because what a disservice that like trendy production did to that song, you know. Whereas if they'd done something more restrained, like the acoustic performance, it would stand up so much better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bummer. It's still not like the greatest song she's ever done, but it's way better that way.
Right. Cool, yeah. I'll have to finish that up. I didn't get to 22, but I did get to the first two at least. Okay, well, shall we conclude?
All right.
Okay. So that's everything, Kit. We have covered all 4 of our albums, all of our music videos, all of the bonus tracks, all of the collaborations, covers, and one-offs, pretty much everything.
Yep.
So until 1989 arrives, we have very little left to dig into. But that's only one short Taylor away, so we won't be long. But we're going to take, let's see. Oh, so the goal of the podcast.
Taylor away?
Right.
What does that mean?
Because I have a Taylor Swift calendar, so it's like 1 month. I just call months Taylor's now.
For Were you hoping I would interrupt you and ask?
I was, yeah. I was hoping
you'd
be a little quicker with that one, but. So we got so you put 15 Taylor Swift songs on your iPod. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
I feel like
they
I've
may not
accomplished
all
something.
Stay there, but
still, I mean, those are
will.
15 songs that you've liked that you want to hear again.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. So would you consider yourself at this point to be a Swiftie?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. That's
I think
pretty.
I think I spend so much time thinking about her that it would be hard to say. Like,
Right.
not.
When you seem to really have a lot invested in her now. Like you worry about stuff, or you're just like you're just like, I want her to be timeless. Like you were saying, you don't want her to do kind of talentless kind of pop stuff. You want her to do like what she's great at, and last for.
I wouldn't say I'm like obsessed with her or find her just like automatically adorable. I don't like worship her as you seem to. But I really want her to be successful because like I have definitely been convinced that she is one of our most talented songwriters, pop songwriters.
Right.
So I'm very invested in like, don't throw it away. And I also feel like defending her again, I mean, I think she gets some criticism that like she visits on herself basically, but most of it I think is just like people being dickholes. And
right.
I think she puts up with a lot of shit that a dude in her position wouldn't have to put up with, and
there aren't really any dudes that are giant pop stars though.
I just mean like
just kind of her celebrity status.
I think the things people don't like about her sometimes are like very female specific.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sure.
And yeah, I sincerely hope from the bottom of my heart that she stops trying to be a pop star.
Well, yeah, I think that, I mean, until the album comes out, we're not going to really know anything. So
and eventually she'll turn 26 and it won't be an option anyway.
Right. They're going to take her out to a pasture somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be, I think it's going to be, yeah, anyways, I could speculate all day. I don't think it's going to be just like a Kesha album or, whatever it is that you're fearing most. Like, I think it's going to be, I don't know, you just never really quite know what to expect. There's always a lot of surprises. So.
That's the thing that I'm missing that you have, where like, I will not, I mean, I guess I'll be disappointed if the record is bad, but I won't be like, I won't work hard to like it.
Right.
I'll
Right.
be like, oh, this is bad, but fine.
See, and you say that though, and I mean, I don't think I will have to work to like it. That's never happened before.
Exactly. I don't think you'll have to work to like it either, because she has infected your spinal column with.
What? You're getting real quiet. What'd you say?
She has infected your spinal column with her venom.
Oh.
So, you are Borg, basically.
I'm what?
Borg.
I can't hear you.
Borg.
Oh, Borg, like the Star Trek?
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, that's fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
Right.
saying that's not that. If saying I'm a Swiftie means like I'm Swiftian, then I'm not.
Right.
But I think she's great, and I hope she stays great. I hope she
Cool.
doesn't sell herself short ever.
I'm glad to hear it. I think what a journey we've had together these past.
It's not over, Mike.
2 months. Was it 2 months?
Like 3 months. We started before I went on, like July, August, September.
Okay. But we started like the end of July, didn't we? Or did we start at the end of June?
We had one where our second or third episode we were talking about 4th of July.
That's right. So yeah, we started at the end of June. So yeah, it's been 3 months. So, but yeah, so we got, let's see. And I was actually wrong on the episode count. I thought last week was episode 10. So we have a whole bonus episode we can do. Here, why don't you go ahead and kind of say what the next 2 episodes were going to be? Because that was kind of you were.
Do I know?
Well, one of them we were going to do movies, the movies she's been in.
We want to do her like film and television appearances.
Oh, oh yeah, like CSI.
Yeah, but here's
Okay.
what I'm hoping, Mike. I want to talk about like all of Valentine's Day. I don't want to just talk about her. I want to
Yeah.
really dig into that movie because holy shit.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I'd be
Okay.
cool with that. But then the one you were kind of pitching either earlier this week or sometime
Oh,
recently.
that one? Okay.
You were kind of saying we would listen to the top. Yeah, like what was
What
that
I
one?
would want to do is like there's different ways we can go like we can pick like from 2012 to 2014 or just do 2014 or just do 2013. And basically any song that was ever in the top 40 during a week in that year. We each try to come up with like 5 to 10 songs that we like would put on our iPods and then present them to the other person and see if they think we're fucking crazy.
Okay, but then are we tying that back to T Swift at all, or are we just kind of?
To me, it would be inspired by T Swift in that it's like, hey, you and I don't listen to much pop music. I think I listen to even less than you do, and don't really know what's going on in music. But like T Swift has been like my entry point into like looking at contemporary musical trends and like trying to think about like what's going on today. So it'd be interesting and opening my mind to like, hey, yeah, this is really popular and maybe hasn't stood the test of time yet, but it's good and I would like to listen to it again.
Okay.
To me,
So
that's
kind
how
of.
it would connect to T Swift is that it's like, this is inspired by, hey, if T Swift isn't bad, maybe there's some other stuff that's not bad.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be interesting. And actually, I don't know. I mean, that'd be a lot we'd have to listen to, music wise.
But I would want it to be like you don't have to listen to all those songs. It's just like
Right.
when you get to 5 to 10 that you like, you can stop.
Okay. Well, I was thinking it might be kind of cool to just kind of place her kind of in context of the
Yes.
big pop stars right now.
Yes.
Like listen, because I've never really listened to like Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, like I don't know, some of the real big names like that. I am vaguely familiar with them, but I've never like delved into them. So I think it'd be cool to kind of like to either all of pop music or top 40 or whatever, or just kind of those like big kind of most similar figures to her. So yeah, that we could do that. Or yeah, that could be a good episode. So yeah, so that's either episodes 11 and 12. That's kind of what we're thinking. And then episode 13 will be our 1989 review. But that'll be, I want to wait at least a week or two until after it's out before we review it. I want to kind of digest it first.
Okay.
So, okay, cool. So that's it. Let's see. Oh yeah, and instead of Taylor Facts, to finish, Kit was going to list her top 5 favorite things about Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Play us out, Kit.
Number 5 would be this podcast.
Okay.
Number 4 would be that she makes Mike happy. Number 3 is probably like we are never ever getting back together.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Love Story. And number 1 is that she writes her own songs. And
Nice.
like
Okay.
that's so fucking rare for
Yeah.
someone who's like this famous.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool. All right. Well, you're an expert Taylor Swift fan. You're a Swiftie now.
I'm definitely an expert in
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
You really you probably know more now than I did going into the podcast. So, like, because half this stuff I had to like learn it. Like, I hadn't seen any of the music video or most of the music videos, and yeah, we're heavy Swifters now. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yay.
Thanks for podcasting with me, Kit.
You're welcome.
I will talk to you later.
All right.
Yay. All right. Bye.
Bye.